to you. Wow, that's be a quick one.
All right, we appreciate everyone coming out today. Start with some opening remarks from Coach and take your questions.
Sure. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Really, as always. No, I really do appreciate the way you guys have covered us all year. Obviously disappointing where we are today, but still really encouraged. I want to wish you all and your families happy Thanksgiving. We've altered our practice plan a little bit in an effort to get a little more rest and recovery on the back end. We've moved practices up to allow us to get a strong week of work as well as the extra needed recovery time. This will be the last time the 2025 version of the Terps will be together. I know that our team is excited to finish the right way. We talked to them yesterday a lot about, some of their favorite movies all have great endings, and that's what makes you want to watch again. And so for us, we've taken on, we need to finish this iteration the right way as best as we possibly can to send our seniors out the right way. We have a chance to write our own ending to a really tough year. A chance to send our seniors out with a victory is a plus. And I can tell you that in my 17 years being on campus here as a coach, this has been the most connected and committed team that I've been a part of. And that's not just coach speak. That's, a testament to the leadership of the veteran players. It's a testament to how quickly this group of guys, have adapted to this new landscape we're in. And I'm excited to send them out the right way. So our game captains this week, Isaiah Wright, Jalen Husky, and Cam Rice will serve as our game captains. And with that, I'll open it up to questions.
Mike, Michigan State's a team that has lost a pair of three-point games on the road in the last month. What do you see when you see the Spartans?
Yeah, kind of like looking at yourself in the mirror. This is a team that's lost some really close games. They lost a close one a week ago to Iowa, last-second field goal. Coaches, I think in his second year there, Coach Smith came from Oregon State. Does a really good job with those guys, really solid team. And, again, they haven't had a lot of things fall their way this season. But when you look at them on offense, their quarterback, Aiden Childs, if he's able to play, he's one of those guys that you have to account for in how you game plan. The guy that stepped in a week ago stepped in admirably, threw the ball well, really gave them a chance to win the game. And, I expect them to come in to this game, much like us, wanting to end it the right way. And we're in a controlled environment. Great to be up at Ford Field to play indoors, and I know our players are excited about it.
And about Ford Field, how cool is it to be wrapping up the season at an NFL stadium for these kids?
Well, not necessarily the NFL stadium, but for me, an opportunity to be in a controlled environment. Typically you go to Detroit this time of year, the weather is a factor, wind's a factor. It's ideal conditions for a team like us, which needs all the work we can get, to be able to go out and play to the best of our ability in ideal conditions.
And start number 12 for Malik this Saturday. What's impressed you the most about his growth this season? And maybe and then on another line, what surprised you this fall by how he's held himself?
No, as I've said, and I started the season by saying the one thing that impresses me most about Malik Washington is the maturity that he's shown as a young, inexperienced quarterback and being thrust into a tough situation as a freshman, coming off of not having a training camp. I think that he's performed well. There's still obviously room and growth for him as a player. That there's no doubt. I think he's shown us enough that there's the elite potential there, and it's a matter of him continuing to build that toolbox that we talked about.
Coach, I am actually excited for you guys to play in Fort Field, but all the buzz around Maryland from all the athletic programs, getting that top talent, not just in Maryland, but in the country, coming to Maryland, does that trickle down to your locker room?
Oh, it does. We're a tight-knit group as coaches. I work really closely with Coach Vaughman, and I'm really excited for him to be able to land Quincy. Congrats to him, and I had a chance to FaceTime him last night after his announcement. That's huge for our state. As I told you, from a football standpoint, there has not been anybody more committed to this region, this area. over the last 37 years I've been in this business. So for me to see the fruition of a lot of hard work to attract our top players to stay here in state. I mean, we are the flagship university. We should be represented that way with the top players in this state staying home and helping us build a brand and build programs. And I think what you're seeing is a generation of kids from this region now that get it. They understand the importance of brand. They understand the importance of staying here in the region that they're from to try to build their brands. And our fans have obviously gotten behind it, and it's been great to see all the different sports that have been able to land some of the top talent to stay right here in the state.
I wanted to follow up on that. I spoke with Coach Fallman last night. He said you had a role in that pitch to Quincy, so I wanted to know, like, how were you involved in getting Quincy to Maryland?
You know, Michael, I try to stay behind the scenes with all that. It's a relationship thing for us, for me, in recruiting. As I said, having been on this campus 17 seasons, I know a lot about the campus. So when it comes time, if people want to know, I can probably answer a lot of the questions. Quincy, his family, his mom, Monique, great people, had opportunity to spend quite a bit of time with them over the course of the recruiting process. Coach Valman and his staff did a tremendous job. I mean, all I did was add whatever little things that I could add to talk about the benefits of what staying close to home and staying here and playing for the flagship university, the benefits of it, because I've been here for a while.
And then with the run struggles this year, both offensively and Stockton and defensively, I guess what lessons would you take from that to put into next year with kind of what you would pinpoint the struggles being?
I mean, if you look across the country, all the top teams have the ability to run the football. We went into this year saying that was a point of emphasis for us. I can tell you that the stats don't necessarily show, but I can tell you our fastest rising position group on this team is our offensive line. And you know, we lose a talented player in Alan Haran, who's playing his last game, but we got a guy like Rotrell Perry coming back, obviously Lou Ball coming back, Michael Hershey. We have some key pieces, and I've been really most impressed with guys like Ryan Howerton and Amori Hills, who have shown that they have the ability to play at a high level in this league. Running the football is really important. If you want to win, you have to run it. On defense, we've struggled to stop the run as of late, and a lot of it can be attributed to just not having the healthy bodies that we had the first 7 games available. But we're starting to get some guys healthy, and we'll finish this thing the right way. It's going to be important, even more so this week, to find a way to stop the run, but even more for us is to try to create some explosives. We still aren't getting enough explosives.
And then with Thanksgiving coming up, are you guys going to be able to celebrate it here, or are you guys going to be doing that in Detroit?
No, we celebrate it here. We actually, after practice tonight, we'll have our team Thanksgiving dinner upstairs. We have a normal practice day, and then we go upstairs for our training table, and we'll have our Thanksgiving meal. Then tomorrow we have an early practice, and then Thursday we have an early practice, and when they walk off the field, they have a Thanksgiving lunch to go. So most of the kids, if they're not from this area, they'll be with their coaches or with some of their teammates that are local. Most of our guys will spend time with families because it's really important to us that we don't leave any of these guys that don't have family here alone in the dorm. And so we'll spend it here, do all of our preparation here like we typically do, leave here Friday after our walkthrough and get up to Detroit for a night game.
Coach, I was watching some old film from Malik Washington and his old offense, tempo, a little faster pace. Is that something you guys consider? Your defense doesn't have the depth. Is how fast you play something you consider when you're going into game and game planning against another defense? Yeah,
there's no doubt. Anybody that's watched the offenses that I'm a part of over the years know that we're typically no huddle. We typically play with some pace. We have mixed tempos more than just a fast tempo because I think it affects defenses more when the tempo is a mixed bag as opposed to just fast all the time. But I can tell you due to depth and some of the issues we had going into the season, how we practice the things and philosophies we've had to make adjustments because when you don't have depth to go fast in practice and to get a ton of reps sometimes can be detrimental. And so we've adjusted how we've had to practice with 64 new players. Part of the issue is going into a huddle where we can tell everybody what to do as opposed to dealing with the struggles of maybe a signal being misinterpreted. So we philosophically adjusted some things, but there's no doubt when you watch Malik, he plays better in rhythm. He plays better on the line of scrimmage with pace, and it's something that obviously, as the clocks hit 0 against Michigan State, our offseason starts immediately, and that's some of the things we'll watch, address, study, and then make the necessary adjustments as we've always done.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mike, a less than ideal season for you guys here, but looking at the big picture, your 7th year coming to a close, what do you have to be thankful for from this team and, in general?
Yeah, I told this team, and I said it, I think, Saturday, the one thing that I take away from it, and as a coach, we always talk about accountability being horizontal, but when I talk about this team, they modeled what what leadership should look like. Some of the older players that have been around here, as we said a year ago, and I hate keep going back to a year ago, but this team feels a little bit different than last year's record at this point. And I can tell you that it's because of the leadership and how the group of guys that stayed with us really enforced the standards of, you know what, we show up, we do the work, we're committed to doing whatever it takes to get a win. Losing games doesn't make you a loser. It means you didn't reach the outcome you wanted at that point. And so we don't have losers in the locker room. We've lost some games, but along the line, there's a ton of lessons that we'll take from this season. And as I told our seniors yesterday at our team meeting, their leadership won't go in vain because they've left a legacy of the work ethic that it takes. And if you look at some of the important factors and what winning looks like, we've had some of those all season long, and now we have to build on those, retain this roster, go get some guys that can help build the depth, and then get back up on a horse and start again once the clocks hit 0 against Michigan State.
Finally, a chance to win Thursday. What's the go-to side on the Locksley table? If somebody's car accidentally breaks down in your neighborhood and he's looking around, what am I going to have?
I think this year I'm going with the tofu, man. I don't deserve any good fattening foods, man. I need to starve because I'm going with the salad, tofu. I don't even know if my wife will let me eat at the table right now because she's not real happy. So maybe a little tofu.
You guys have a kiddie table? We have a kiddie table where the grandchildren have.
Yeah, no, I usually go out in the backyard and eat in the cold. But no, my family's here. My wife's family's here. We usually have everybody over. It's a big deal for us, Thanksgiving, and I'm always thankful for the opportunity. Like I said a week ago, there's nobody been more committed to this area. And as a football coach, so thankful for the opportunity to lead the place I grew up as a kid rooting for. Spent time in that parking lot in the mid-'80s. Really thankful for this opportunity.
And I guess, how nice is it at this stage of your career to be able to have your family?
It's super nice, especially at this time where we are. Great to have family, friends, and loved ones that support you.
All right. As you wrap this season up, what's on the agenda? How does the new season start off for Coach Locksley?
Retaining the roster that we have. We've started conversations with guys in our program. A year ago, the church doors opened, and we saw a lot of people leaving, and the goal now is to make sure that we keep the nucleus of this team together, which I have no doubt in my mind that they will. That's what this group has been about, really connected, really bought into everything that we're selling, everything that we've talked about wanting to become. It starts, though, immediately. There is no off season. There is no take a rest 2 weeks. Signing day is next Wednesday, which is new. Coming off of a game, late Sunday game, we've got 48 hours to make sure that the recruiting part, we talk about retention. We also have to do recruiting. And to me, we're off to a pretty solid start with that. And there'll be some surprises, as always, that as we try to build this thing for the 26th season to be our best. Thanks.
Thank you.
Same to you.